I would love it if you would hit the little bell and subscribe to my YouTube channel today. It would mean the world to me. And remember to hit like if you like what you see. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I want to talk to you a little bit about using pattern paper on your cards. There are so many gorgeous lines of pattern paper that are out there. It's really hard not to buy everything that is on the market because one is more beautiful than another. Maker Forte just released this is actually their second release of pattern paper that was designed by Syberia. Now, what I like about this set and what I like about all of the lines of pattern paper that are out there is that everything has been designed and coordinated for you. So if you look up close here, you can see how all the patterns here are made to work together. And that takes a lot of the guesswork out for you when you are playing with pattern paper on your cards. So what I like to do when it comes to pattern paper, I love to use them to create a background on my card because sometimes I might be in a hurry or, this pattern paper is absolutely beautiful. And if you were to create this background yourself, it would take you much longer than just trimming down a piece of pattern paper and putting it on the background of your card and then adding a sentiment. So I really like to use pattern paper to be able to do just that. Create quick, gorgeous cards, and then you just have to add a sentiment. But I like to add a little bit more. I like to play with as much of the paper as I can. So I like to actually take 3 sheets of pattern paper and mix them together to create a background. So the way I do that is to start by choosing 3 designs that complement each other. So you want a large design with like a large picture or or a subtle background or something that's kind of a large bold background. And then you want a more detailed background. So maybe another background that has stripes or circles. And then you want a third background with a different design. Now, it's easy to do when you're working with pattern paper like this because it's already coordinated for you. So you don't need to worry about, gosh, will the colors match? Will the designs match? Because chances are they will. It's just a matter of playing with the designs till you get a fit that works for you. So I want to show you an example of how to do that. So what I do is I start by just going through the pattern paper and choosing my first sheet, which would be the main background. So there's many that you can do. This would be one option right here because this is kind of an abstract background and the paper is two-sided. So I actually really like this as a background. So I might set this aside as an option. This would make a really nice background as well. And then you also have this. So this is another option. In fact, I think I'm going to use this. So this is going to be my first background. And let me get the other pieces out of the way so that you're not getting confused. So this is going to be the first one. Next, I want to pick a second design that coordinates with this. And I feel like right away I like this together with this. And the reason is you've got 2 different designs. But this one's a lot more subtle than this design. So this is going to tend to blend in a lot more with this. And there's colors from this that you'll pick up in here. So if you look up closely, I think the 2 of these go together. But I feel like it needs one more, a third one here that would just complete this look. So I'm going to keep going here. This is a possibility, so I'm going to set that aside, but I'm not for sure on that. So I just kind of hold it up until I find something that I think would really work. This pattern is too similar to that pattern. In fact, it might be the same one. So I want something a little different. This is a possibility too. All right, so now I got two options to choose from. All right, isn't this paper beautiful? I think I like that one better if I'm going to use that paper. All right, so now I have to narrow it down. So I know I like this, and I know I like that. So now it's a matter of choosing this as a third one, or this. Get this centered for you. So this one, or this one. I kind of like this one because I feel like this is an awful lot like this, and there's too much of the same thing going on here, whereas this one almost makes the other two pop. So I don't know if this helps you at all to be able to choose pattern paper, but I think the key is to start by working with pre-packaged paper that's already been designed and coordinated for you, so that you know that the colors and the patterns are all going to work together beautifully, like in this set here. So start with that, and then just pick 3 patterns that work together. So you want to pick like a background pattern, like, okay, this will be my background. And then you want to pick another complementary pattern that you'll work with, and then a third one. And you want the colors to coordinate, definitely, because you don't want too much color competing here, because you're already working with different designs. So try to keep your colors as consistent as possible. And here you can see that all of what colors are in here are also in here. And the colors that are in here are also in this pattern and this pattern. But it's okay to go out and play with different designs. Like you have circles, you have stripes, stripe patterns, and then here you have more of a geometric type of pattern. And that's perfectly okay, because if you do this in the right way on your card, these are really going to complement each other. So let's try one more, and then I'm going to show you the cards that I actually made using the pattern paper. So I really like this background. So I think I'm going to set that aside for my background. And then I'm going to try to pick, actually I changed my mind. I'm sorry. You know, and here's another issue here. You're going to change your mind a lot. So just get ready, because you're probably going to make a lot of cards once you get going on the pattern paper, because it's so addicting. But I really like this as a background. And then I really like that with it. So now I just need one more pattern. Now you got 2 really busy patterns going on here. So I think my third pattern needs to be pretty subtle to kind of calm it down and bring it together. It's a possibility, but I'm not sure. Actually, these 3 might work better together, these 3 colors. So again, I'm just kind of talking out loud, trying to figure out what I want. All right, so that's a possibility too. And this is even a possibility. Oh, I kind of like that. All right, so let's go back through these, the ones that I've chosen, and we will narrow it down. So I definitely know I want this as my background. And I definitely know I want one of these 2. I'm just trying to decide which one I like better. I kind of feel like this one is a little more subtle. So right now I'm going to go with this one. Then it's like deciding on a third pattern. That might work. That might be better with this one. or you have this. And you know how sometimes I'll even take pictures, guys. I'll just take a picture of the different colors together until I come up with something that I really like. But I'm kind of leaning towards, I actually think I'm leaning towards this. But I'm also trying to decide if I like the pink or the purple better. But I think I like this. All right. So we have the card base, and then we have this and this. So you've got circles, you've got stripes, and then you have like a floral abstract background. And they work well together because the colors all go. You've got the colors going on with all three of them. They're different patterns. This one's your background. This one's a larger pattern. And this one is a smaller pattern. But they work nicely together. And what I like the best is that they complement each other. The colors complement one another rather than competing. So now that I've given you some ideas, I'm going to show you the cards that I made. Here's one. If you hold it up closely, you will see that I used 3 types of pattern paper. Now, what I did was I used a card base, the one that I thought would be the base, and cut it down to A2 size and put it on my cardstock, my card base. Then I took another piece of pattern paper here and I trimmed that to go across because I wanted my sentiment to pop off the page, and I felt like putting my sentiment right over that background was going to make it hard for you to see the sentiment. But putting this over it, this strip of cardstock over it, really helps you to see that sentiment. Then I took a third set of pattern paper, which is this, and I die cut leaves using that pattern paper. So get creative in what you use with that pattern paper. You don't just need to trim it down and create like a boxy card. You get your die cuts out and die cut it. And I actually, if you look closely, there's a 4th one in here that's sitting behind the word birthday. Can you see it? But it's so subtle that it's hard to tell. There's card number 1. Card number 2 is a little more basic because I had the background paper. And isn't it gorgeous? It looks like you did it yourself, but you really didn't. Then I have a strip of other paper here. You can see that right there, going across behind the birthday. And then I have the 3rd color behind the word birthday, because this is a 2-layer die set. And it works well because all the colors go together. My final card is this one. The background here is a very subtle background, but I liked it. And then I picked something with a little more pop to go over it, which this here is actually the leftover from this background paper. You see that? So I took that strip and put it there, and then I added another tiny, tiny strip behind the word birthday to help me line up that word. And then I actually took another set of pattern paper and die cut it using a leaf die cut and just kind of set that behind it. So I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sheets of pattern paper going on here, but because of the way I used it, they're not competing with each other. So here are my cards, and here is the pattern paper that I worked with today, which is by Maker Forte, and it was designed by Syberia. If you are interested in this pattern paper, you can go to my Instagram page and you can click on the link in my profile and you can go to the Maker Forte store and it will take you to this pattern paper. And you can use my affiliate link at no extra cost to you. And if you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you could give me a thumbs up and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would mean the world to me, guys. And I hope that this helps you. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions at all. Take care. Bye.